Emotion I put into it, the harder I rock. You know what? We're better than you. We're better than you and you suck.
This the 1-2 Kid, and I want to thank Black Horseman for hooking me up with the live. I appreciate that very much. Thanks for the promo. But what I wanted to get into is the fact that is Bob willing to pay, or are we just gonna get some random ass dude in front of Bud, or are we gonna get a Virgil Ortiz, or are we gonna get a Bob? I mean, a Sean Porter. You know what I mean? Are we gonna get that type of? Are we gonna get that type of heat? You know, I'm gonna drop the link in the chat and see what y'all got to say about it, because we know that Bob ain't paying, that don't want to pay Bud anything anyway. And now it's a good chance we ain't gonna get that Bud and Earl Spence fight due to Earl's injury. I hope he gets better, man. I hope he retains his sight, you know. And you know, I hope he takes good care of himself, and I hope he made enough money to where he could tend to him and his family, you know. But a current fighter that we have right now is Bud Crawford. And now with Manny retiring, is this man gonna finally be able, if he does retire after this fight, is he finally gonna be able to get a big name in the ring? And is Bob willing to pay anybody to get him in the ring? You know what I'm saying? What's going on, Red?
I go by livable wage now. Nah, I'm just kidding.
Mm-hmm. Nah, it's all good. I'm just saying though, if you got Bud Crawford, right? You got Bud Crawford. He out here. You know, we know that he hasn't been in there. He hasn't gotten a big name. And every time Bob's setting up a fight, he says things like, "It's not worth it. Bud's not worth it. The other guy ain't worth it." You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, so what are you doing? What are you doing with the guy? Like, are we gonna finally be able to see this guy get in there with a big name, or are you gonna give him a Virgil? People saying that Virgil ain't ready. I don't want to hear that. Even Bud, I'm like, yo, he's ready, man. Take that fight, man. You could take that fight, or you could get that Porter fight. And what I'm hearing is that it was supposed to go to purse bid, Sean Porter and Bud Crawford, but Bob said, "Oh, I'm gonna get the fight. Don't worry about it." Told him, "Look, it's gonna be fine." And you know what I mean? And then when it came down to it, he was like, he wanted more than this. He ain't worth it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I got this random dude that I'll throw you in there with. It's like, get the fuck out of here, man. Ain't nobody trying to, you know what I mean? Like, when's this guy gonna get a fight? He already defended his title. He won a title in his first matchup at welterweight, and he ain't been able to get a unification or a big name on his resume since. And I think that has a lot to do with Bob Arum.
Yeah, Bob, he needs to give up the helm of Top Rank. He needs to just go ahead and retire, enjoy his last days, you know, enjoy all that money that he made, made off the backs of other men, and let somebody else, take the helm. Because to me, it sounds like, after everything you just said, to me, it sounds like to him, boxing ain't worth it.
Right. And he's into that. It's the business. It's a business. You guys got to understand, and it's like, listen, man, it's a business, but you got to give us something to keep us watching. Shit. You got to give us something. This man can only defend his title so many times before we want to get this guy to get in there and mix it up with another big name. What's going on, Temper?
What's going on, 1-2? What's going on, Red?
Hey, how's it going, Tommy Temper? I seen you over there trying to check me on whether or not I should be working. Trust me.
Well, I should be working too. The thing about Bob is, everyone's looking at this from like a business point of view, right? But what about? Hold on, let me just shut my door. What about from a career point of view? Is he not fucking up Bud's career?
Right. That's a fact. That's a fact. And I think he's been doing that. I mean, how are you promoting the fighter and knocking him at the exact same time. And you know, when these opportunities open up, because what happens is if Earl steps down, that's gonna open up them 2 titles, you know, are gonna be on the line.
Yeah.
Who's gonna be fighting for those titles? So I mean, are they gonna? Can Bob go out there and do what they did with Canelo and throw one of them titles in with a unification as well? You know what I'm saying? To where he can snatch up 3 titles. You know, is he capable of doing those type of things? You know, and would he? We got somebody in the building. All right, we got a guy in the building, and I'm gonna drop a name. You know what I'm saying? And it's. Go ahead and subscribe to that dude. What's going on, Kong?
That was pretty badass.
Bro,
what an intro.
Not even my wife introduces me to that. She don't like me like that. What's up, what you kid?
What's up, man?
You got Tommy Kemper in the house?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
You ain't get that, Kong? I sent it to you.
Where?
I sent it to you in the email. I said I got something for you.
Oh, okay. No, I'll check it out. No problem, bro. Hey, appreciate it. Hey, Red Glove, man. You gotta step the game up, bro. Tommy Temple made the whole video game with me knocking some dude through ropes. One kid making intros. I mean, come on now. Look here. What we talking about, bro?
Well, what we talking about is Bob gonna give this guy an opportunity, man? Is he willing to pay for a big name, or is he just gonna pull somebody out there? He'd be like, I got good news and I got bad news, kid. You know, the good news is I got this random ass dude lined up for you, this Mando. You know what I'm saying? And the bad news is he wanted too much money. You know, he wanted me to pay him more than 2-3 million. Like, I know what it is, because he went out and he said that he's gonna put it on ESPN and he's gonna take the purse bid and he's gonna win it. But I don't believe a damn word this dude says. You know what I mean? I don't believe anything he says because he ain't jump on it. Now it's up for purse bid. You know, before it went to purse bid, he said he's gonna snatch it up so it wouldn't go there, and they couldn't come to terms. So I'm like, who are you gonna put him in there with? You gonna put him in there with a big name? Finally, I mean, has he not earned it? Are you willing to start investing in this guy who's undefeated, who hasn't lost, who's knocking everybody out in the welterweight division? At what point are you going to invest in your quote unquote investment? You know what I'm saying?
The problem
because
is
he's been undisputed, hasn't he? Not just undefeated. He's been undisputed at 140.
And 6-time world champion. Like, at what point do you start putting in money? And at what point does Bud stick around with this dude and say, I mean, shake this guy?
That's the other thing, though. How long has he got left on his contract?
It's almost up. From what I've heard. Yeah, I heard that it's almost up, man. I don't know if he re-signed or what. I hope not. Because we see what happened with Tio. You know? So, I mean, at what point is this shit gonna end, man? He said that it wasn't gonna go to purse bid. It's going to purse bid. From what I know, that the fight never went through. So what are we stuck with?
Hey, yo. So the thing is, Bob has probably invested money into Bud. He just haven't manifested into no big fights because he has to pay Bud a lot of money, right?
Yeah.
The problem with Bud is that the Sean Porter fight is not a pay-per-view fight. Nobody cares about Sean Porter, bro. And Top Rank hasn't done a lot for Terrence Crawford to turn him into a pay-per-view fighter. Bob Arum said, yeah, we could have paid for it. Yeah, you know, I mean, we could have got the Manny fight, but who was going to pay for it? Well, it looks like PBC knew who was going to pay for it because now they got Manny over there for at least 2 fights. Well, 3 fights because they got him for Thurman, they got him for, Ugas now, and whoever comes after that. So Bob Arum has admitted that, yeah, we could have made, we could have made big fights. We just wasn't gonna pay. But tell the truth. Is Sean Porter versus Terence Crawford a pay-per-view fight to you? Tell the truth. Yes or no? Before I continue.
I would, to me it is, but maybe to other fans probably not. You know what I'm saying?
Is that gonna do more than 200-something thousand buys? Like how all of a sudden now 200-something thousand buys is great according to Bob Arum.
I don't know, man.
Nah, but what I'm saying is Terence Crawford and Sean Porter, it's amazing to me that no deal could be struck. I'm guessing PBC saying, look, we're not going to pay for it. And we're not allowing Sean Porter to take no money from Bob. So, you know what I mean? Let it go to purse bid and see who's going to pay. Because you already know these PBC guys, if you want them to fight on your network, you got to pay a tax. You got to pay a Al tax. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to pay them and you got to pay them for Al. So
Right.
You got Sean Porter now out there. And my question to Sean Porter, if you don't fight Terence Crawford, well, who are you going to fight, bro? You're going to fight Keith Thurman and Free Fox? Is that what you're going to do?
Right.
Or are you going to actually be serious and accept this purse bid? Because this shit could backfire. Purse bids can always backfire on you. Could always backfire. Somebody could bid $1 million and nobody else bids.
Fresh fights in the welterweight division, to me, is what's lacking. You know what I mean? With these rematches and stuff, we almost had the Earl and Pacquiao fight, and it had a lot of hype behind it. You know what I mean? Once it was signed, people started talking, and I'm pretty sure if Bud get in there with one of these bigger names, people are gonna talk. People are gonna be on it, whether they like Bud or dislike Bud or his opponent. You know what I mean? But I think a fight with like a Keith Thurman, a Porter, or even a Virgil Ortiz. I think these are all premier fights, man, and I think that they can sell. I think it's possible that they can sell, and they're fresh fights. You know what I mean? And there's some hype behind them. And this guy is still an undefeated fighter. I thought that meant so much to most of these casual fans. Well, he got one. He got one in the welterweight division. He got one in the light welterweight division, and he got one in the lightweight division. So, what's the problem? Why can't they sell this guy? You know what I'm saying? Because he ain't on Twitter. Is that it? Yeah, like is that the only reason? But yet these motherfuckers call themselves boxing fans. It's like, is that the reason why he ain't keeping himself relevant? Ain't that his promoter's job? Because like I said, most of the successful guys that he's had that made big money were promoting themselves. They were already winners.
I think the issue is with Bob Arum. Sorry, my bad. 1 second.
You know what I mean? What
I'm
you
back.
think?
Sorry.
Okay.
I had to sneeze. Bob Arum is not interested in doing actual promotion. He wants to do the background legal work or whatever, and that's about it. Somebody like, and I hate to keep bringing him up, Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn, at the very least, understands the social media age because he is a social media generation guy. Eddie Hearn is what 40 years old. He's my age. So Eddie Hearn fully understands that, which is why you see Eddie Hearn when, during the pandemic, Eddie Hearn would have Instagram lives with his fighters. He would have all these things with his fighters, strictly on social media, his Facebook page, his Instagram. And he would do all these things. And not everybody in Eddie Hearn's roster has a great personality, but a lot of them people, some of them dudes is really corny. Like Danny Jacobs is a corny dude, but people know Danny Jacobs.
Right.
Not entirely because of Eddie Hearn, but Eddie Hearn did a lot to keep Danny Jacobs' name alive. Right? So Terence Crawford, though, there is something to be said about taking advantage of the opportunity to tell your own stories, because boxers oftentimes complain that the media is portraying them incorrectly and the media is writing what they want. The good thing about social media age, a good thing and bad thing, is that sometimes you actually get to see these boxers for who they are. You get to see the blemishes and sometimes the good part. You get to see Errol Spence and these dudes saying, I was 15 years old in 2015 and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You get
Right.
to see that, but you also get to see them doing things that you actually like, so you follow them. So I think all boxers, if they have the ability, should take advantage somewhat of social media. It really wouldn't hurt.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was on the boxes section, and Bomac was on there, and I said, listen, why don't you have somebody, you know, basically like film Bud sometimes when he's doing shit like playing basketball, doing this, doing that. You know what I'm saying? Just a little light on the situation about how competitive this guy is. You know what I mean? People like that. You know what I mean?
Behind
you
the
know,
scenes kind of thing.
yeah, behind the scenes kind of thing. You know what I mean? And just do it every once in a while. You know, just to put it out there. It ain't gonna hurt his career. And if this dude ain't promoting, he's gonna finally have to find out a way to promote himself. And but to me, he's doing just fine because he deals with his business in the ring. But I guess it's a new age. So if that's gonna be the case, it can't hurt him to put it out there. Whether people hate him or love him, the publicity is equal one way or the other. If they hate to love him, if they hate to, you know, watch him.
They'll have a strong feeling either way. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So I mean, it can't hurt.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Think about Bud. Yeah, think about Bud. That I know he's quiet and that's part of his personality, but the thing is, he's too private. If I mean, there's one thing to be private and have a cause. It doesn't matter what the cause is, just something that you're passionate about and to be vocal about it. It could be anything, just something that people can relate to or they can understand. But he doesn't really share that. So it's kind of harder to relate to a quiet guy.
Right. But I think that one of the reasons he's doing that is because he wants to be able to go to the store and not be hounded by like 1,000 people. You know what I'm saying? But the flip side to that is people don't know you. You know? So it goes both ways, man. I'm just saying, I think a little bit of promo ain't gonna hurt. If he just gets the good people, some good people behind him that know what they're doing, some little producers, some local producers or something, to just pump out a video for him, give them guys a little job to do, and in the meantime, in between time, you know, you're getting a little more promo on yourself, because how can't you promo this guy? Like what is there not to promote? You know what I mean? If he's known as a boxer, what hasn't he done as a boxer that a lot of these other boxers has done today, other than the legends? He's almost legendary status when it comes to accomplishments. You know what I mean? So what more is there to push? You know, so I mean, I don't know. I just feel like the guy ain't putting no effort into promoting him, and when he seems to get upset when he has to do his job. You know what I'm saying? He's like, this guy, nobody wants to see him. It's like, because you ain't pushing this guy. Push this dude. Push this dude. I've said it before. I think everybody on this panel has said it. We all agree on this. It's like this dude ain't getting no promo. You know what I'm saying? Little to none. Well, they just don't like him. It's like, well, then that don't mean you stop shoving it down their throat. How many times you've heard a Coney commercial and you can't get it out your head, but you can't stand it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Put it out there.
But has anybody actually called Bob out on the bullshit on his numbers? Because he makes these grand statements, but does he actually back them up with figures? Oh, I've lost this much money with Bud. But has he actually quantified ever? Has he ever said, I've lost this much?
Nah, because he private as hell too.
So he's bullshitting.
Yeah, he's bullshitting. You know what I'm saying? This dude, wasn't he a lawyer? You know what I'm saying? Of course he's bullshitting. Like that's all this dude does. But he bullshitting on his job though. That's what I don't like about him. And Bud ain't. He's not bullshitting on his job. He's doing what he says he's going to do. And I find that a bit exciting when I'm watching this fight. So these are the things that, you know what I mean, I enjoy in a fighter. What's going on, Black? What's your thoughts on it?
I was listening to y'all cook. Shout out to you, 12 Kid, Iron Cone, Tommy Temper.
Thanks for the lob.
Red Glove Militant himself.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's good, Black.
Going on, fam.
Hashtag fam, man. So do you think that this man gonna invest anything, or you think that Bud should just skirt on his ass?
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna invest. You know what I was thinking about when you was speaking one to kid. I was like, that's the unfortunate thing is promoters start having favoritism for a select few fighters, and the rest of them, no matter how talented and skilled they are, they may not get the same type of attention or the same type of promo because of the promoter having certain bias and personal preference for a fighter or two. You know what I mean? And unfortunately for like Bud Crawford, Lomachenko was that guy for Bob Arum. You know what I mean? He's always been pushing Loma. You know, of course, I think he believes in Crawford that he'll beat anybody at welterweight, but you know, he doesn't act like he's willing to put the money where his mouth is, or really put up the top dollar and to prove that, look, I believe this much in Crawford, like I believe in Loma or something like that. You know what I mean? So, but I just think that it's a sad case of him just getting just not getting the right attention that he needs. Bob ain't the right promoter for Bud Crawford. He's just not the right promoter at all. A guy who complains about doing his job, like what are we
Right.
talking about here, man? So
Horrible promoter.
Horrible promoter, man. I mean, he gets them what they need, you know, to get the titles, but he's not giving them what they need to prosper as fighters. So, I mean, that's a problem, man. That's a problem to me, you know. So, I mean, if you're not gonna do your job, then just cut the shit, man. Like, you know, just cut the shit, man.
it's crazy, man. You can have somebody as great and talented as almost like Bob has an ego problem too. Like he don't want the fighter to be somebody who can really outshine him or take too much attention away from him too. Because like Loma's a great fighter, but what are you gonna do? Like cut Bob Arum off while he talking some shit and just interrupt him? Like Bob Arum want to be the one that kind of be like the face. Like I'm top ranked. It's about Bob Arum. These guys are beneath me. Yeah, I got Loma. Yeah, I got Bud, but who's gonna pay for to watch him? I'm losing money.
Right.
And it doesn't
doesn't-
help that you got these fans who pledge allegiance to a promotional company either.
Yep.
I've never understood that, Red Glove. Ever since I've been on YouTube, man, I'm like, these people will side with just total PPC or side with just total top rank or total DAZN, and it becomes that tribalism shit that you talk about, man.
Signs with a whole
Yeah.
co-sign with a whole corporation and shit. Meat shield for a corporation that ain't giving you shit.
I'm talking
Like,
about.
get the fuck out of here, man. And that's the other thing about Bob. Like, yet when he talks about guys like Canelo, he can do what he wants to do. You know what I'm saying? It's like, this dude ain't even signed with you. Like, what are your loyalties to this dude? Like
Leave
what
him
are you
alone.
Yeah, leave him alone. He can do what he wants. But nobody wants. Yeah, I could have bought a mansion, like what Toby said. I could have bought a mansion in Beverly Hills for the money I lost on this guy. It's like,
Right.
how many mansions you got? You know what I'm
How many
saying?
more do you need, fool? God damn, 80-something years old.
Right. It's like, come on,
Trying to
man.
get
Like
a new
I said,
man.
man, that dude should just go ahead and just take his money and get the fuck out of there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
He
what I
worried about a
said.
man that he can only live 2 more years in. Get out of here, Bob.
It's a fact, man.
Yeah. I mean, here's a little food for thought on the whole, promoter thing. My dad, he told me that I forget what fight it was that he told me it was, but they interviewed Don King after the fight, and I guess it was a controversial decision. And they're like, "Who do you think won?" He was like, "My wife. She won tonight because we made a shit ton of money off of it, and that's what people need to keep in mind. Like, like we in the UGC it's no secret that we've stood firmly behind Eddie Hearn for the most part, but now we start seeing his energy kind of change a little bit and we gotta call him out on the shit because we never pledged allegiance to fucking Matchroom. He was making the moves that we like to see. Now he's starting to make some moves that we don't like.
Right, and we put it out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah.
But they think, like, I guess when we supporting somebody, if they catches that live stream or whatever the case may be, they'll think that I guess we just gonna just take all the bullshit that they do. Like, yeah, you could be on doing some solid stuff today. If you're doing some non-solid shit tomorrow, you think we gonna put up with the shit? Like, nah. Like you said, we pledge allegiance to none of these dudes.
Right. That's a fact, man. And that's what it is. And that's when the meat shields come in. Shout out to Actual Facts. That's when the horse shit comes in. You know what I mean? That's when these dudes just start with that bullshit, man. And nobody wants to see it. What you were saying something, Colin?
Yeah, so with Eddie Hearn, right? Eddie Hearn has started really giving Canelo pretty much what, everything's Canelo, whatever Canelo wants, right? As opposed to somebody like Demetrius Andrade, right?
Yeah.
Here's the issue that I don't understand. Bob Arum has this love for Lomachenko and not really giving Terence Crawford the love. But Terence Crawford does better than Lomachenko. Terence Crawford at least can sell out Omaha. Lomachenko can't sell out nowhere. And for some reason, this man does not give Terence Crawford more, because let's face it, every promoter has their favorite under the promotional banner. They asked Eddie Hearn, right? Anthony Joshua or Canelo. If both call you, which one are you picking up? Which one goes to hold? Eddie Hearn said, I'm picking up Anthony Joshua. He said it on camera. That's his guy.
Word?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He says Canelo goes to hold. I'm picking up Joshua.
That boy is good.
Right? So every promoter has their favorite. But that's based on maybe your history with the person. That's maybe based on how much the person sells for you. But when it comes to Bob Arum and Lomachenko and Terence Crawford does better than Loma. He's more exciting than Lomachenko. He at least can sell out Omaha. And at least you can put him with people who, if Terence Crawford boxes Errol Spence, it's a mega fight. If he boxes Keith Thurman, that's a big fight. Lomachenko boxes anybody, it's a loss. He boxed in the UK that loves boxing. And they didn't do shit. They took a loss with Lomachenko.
Yeah, you never heard Bob say, for the money I invested in Lomachenko.
Exactly.
Ever.
So, with Eddie Hearn,
but we know what that is, though. You know what I'm saying? We know exactly what that is, and that's when I gotta pull out the meter, y'all.
Smell it. That smell. The kind of smell.
Instances of bullshit like this are on the rise.
Horse shit.
I've been waiting on that one, though. Hell yeah.
Yeah, man. That's what we gotta do. We gotta pull it out. And Iron Kong dropped it so well. You know what I'm saying? And it's a fact. And it brought things to the light. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a good analogy how you compare Crawford and Lomachenko. Yeah, that's straight bullshit meter on Bob Arum, because you can have favoritism, but if this guy's numbers don't even, like, I can see if his numbers really make sense, but his numbers don't even make sense for you to even really be meat shielding for this guy or having so much favoritism. Like, the most money, the color that makes the most sense is green. That's what I thought.
Right,
so,
right.
Go with the guy that's gonna move. Analytically, he's gonna move you forward. Like, come on now.
On top of that, once you put, and this is the Boxing Lounge, if y'all don't know, so y'all can go ahead and subscribe to that if y'all into gaming. But I'm just saying, so I'm just saying, man, you gotta invest a little bit. If you want a return, you gotta invest. And if you ain't willing to invest, you can't bitch about the return. And don't go to your job every day and then bitch about your job. That's what Bob does. Bob, do your job promotions.
Bob, do your job, right?
Yes, keep it simple. That's all we got to do, man.
Man, I had to send Eddie Hearn a tag. I'm like, Eddie Hearn, get this Sean Porter fight on my DAZN subscription. Get in there. You know what I'm saying? Let Bob Arum and get that Teofimo fight. You say, nah, I don't want that. You get that money and you get that fight on my app because Bob playing around and PBC might lowball. You already know what it is. Get that fight, bro.
Right.
I have a quick question though. Why do y'all think what do y'all think is driving Bob to play favorites? Like you Kong brought up a good point. What is it that like why is Bob doing that? Do we have any suspicions?
No, well, you already know what a lot of the suspicion is about Bob Arum and certain fighters. But
Yeah. I mean I like to try to keep race out of it as much as I can, but there's a glaring
Okay, so let's just put it like this: is there any other factor other than race that we can say why you would favor Loma over Crawford? Can we say that?
Yeah, I can't think like because they're both on the pound for pound list.
Crawford
like they have
everybody he fights.
He said Bob Arum is literally dead.
But like
shout out to
and Terrence, like if you had to give an edge to anybody, it has to be Terrence Crawford because one, Terrence Crawford is an American and we're in America, and let's just keep it real like that. You know, there's a lot of tribalism here. And two, he was undisputed, which Loma has never been. So it's one of those things. Like I'm trying to think of what would be the purpose of him doing Crawford like that. And it's like I said, like I don't like to bring race into it, but in this particular situation, I can't help but to think that that's what it is.
Yeah, I mean, it's the truth. It has to be some sort of tribalism. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the things that's killing boxing. That's one of the things that we don't like to see. If the guys is out there doing what they got to do, go ahead. You cooking, Black?
No, I was just gonna make a comment that like if Loma was moving the needle, then we could say something like, okay, well, hey, he white, but he fucking sell out stadiums. He do pay-per-views or whatever the case. But we can't even say that.
Right, and
can't even say
but,
that.
You know, I think he's a great fighter as well, but he ain't getting that same. I mean, Bud ain't getting the same promo that he getting. When have you seen Bud in a boring fight? You know, that's a good question. And if so, how rare is it? You know what I'm saying? And we're not about tribalism. We're not about none of that shit over here. Never have been, never will be.
And I'm having a hard time holding these alligators down. Woo! Slow and twisted. I'm fucking dying, man. I make your mouth speak.
So, yeah, we're not dealing with none of that shit.
That's
fire.
I like that. Fire.
We don't deal with none of that shit. You know what I'm saying?
I like that shit, man. Yeah, letting it be known. Like, man, we're not fucking siding with a promoter or a fucking fighter or nothing like that, man. We side with boxing, but the big champs.
And we want to see the fights, man. We want to see big fights happen. We want to see big things happen. Oh, did you see the Iron Kong promo? Because if y'all ain't subscribed, y'all better subscribe to this dude. Check this shit out. You got the same kits, colors, and everything.
Fire.
Yeah, man. So go ahead and use it if you can. If you can. If not, I don't know. Copy that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Copy and paste. Shit lit,
yeah,
man.
Copy and paste that shit.
No, Kong the big dog, man. I respect
Yeah,
Kong.
Man. And that's the thing is Kong don't do a lot of editing, but I tell you what, when he get on the those lives, man, he be spitting but nothing but facts and fire, and his opinions be hilarious. So you know what I mean. Y'all gotta get with that, man. This dude needs more promo, and I'm glad he a part of the team. That's for damn sure.
I always laugh when I think about him saying, if Mikey Garcia ever decides to stop being fat. My bad, Black. What was he saying?
I heard he's about to Regis, but I don't know what happened with the Regis fight.
Yeah, I haven't heard nothing. Like I was getting notifications on from ESPN and I haven't gotten nothing about that in a while.
That's the problem, though. They keep these guys that can't get big fights in their mouth. You know what I'm saying? And then pull the switcheroo on your ass last minute and fight random guy like Bob. Bob like, oh, look what I got for you, random guy. You know what I'm saying? It's just like,
What's the
okay,
next big thing for Bob? Like, what's the next big event he gonna put on, man, to make everybody get back on Team Top Rank? Like, what's the next big thing he can do?
I'm not gonna say the answer that I really want to say. You know what? I'm gonna put it in the. It's kind of unsavory, but I'm gonna put it in the private chat. I mean it purely as a joke, but it's kind of a fucked up joke. That's gonna be his next big event.
Let's see.
oh,
Damn, Red Glove.
Damn right.
I feel guilty for not sharing it with the chat, but that's some cold shit.
That's it. I'm ready.
That is literally
I'm gonna
cold.
let you make that judgment call if you want that joke on your live. How about that? You make the
Hey,
judgment
man.
call.
That shit
You
will
know
be
what I'm
trending.
saying?
Hey, Red Glove. That should be trending #1, guaranteed.
Yeah.
We'll just give y'all a hint. You know, when he passed over and shit, he's hoping that they got a bank lined up for him. So you know what I'm saying? A place where he could bury. Where am I supposed to bury my money in these clouds? You know?
Shit.
Or who knows? You never know. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to keep it light. You know what I'm saying? Keep it a little light today.
You know how much money I lost on Terrence Crawford? This is all I'm getting.
I gotta go back. My money's down there.
He might be saying my money's up there.
Yeah, I was trying to avoid saying that shit. I said I was keeping it light.
Yeah, y'all had that shit backwards, man.
It's all in good fun. All right. I don't wish nobody to go to that place. I don't wish for anybody to pass away. But let's keep it real. And don't
He don't
nobody
want to
live
go to
forever.
heaven. He don't want to go to heaven because his resume too weak.
What am I gonna do?
My resume official in hell. So fuck
I can't
this.
dig up.
That's hilarious.
Playing demon out here.
I apologize for taking this conversation to a dark place.
That shit went all the way there. Yeah, man. The death, right? That shit.
Who is that? Tony and Ali or Frazier?
No, that's supposed to be Tyson and Ali, but the picture's a bit dark.
Oh, I got
Oh,
you.
you know who I thought it was at first? I thought it was Marvin Hagler. No lie.
Let me see if I can adjust the picture.
It's because he's a bit dark. You know, I think Mike Tyson's a little bit lighter than that.
Yeah. He said the picture's a bit dark. I'm like, Mike's a bit dark.
Yeah, but I made that. I made that Mike because he didn't come in with the game.
Yeah, it ain't easy. It ain't easy to make it. I gotta say that Floyd Mayweather that he did was pretty good though. He did a good job on that Floyd Mayweather that he made.
Oh, that one took me ages.
Oh, he made one? You made it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
How
do you
you
want to see
get
Floyd?
mimic the style and all of that though?
Oh,
Like
you
you
got
just
those
do-
options, man. You got all those
You've got
options.
you got an option for like a base style and a punching style, and they actually give you and a block style as well. So obviously, I give them
Defense,
Philly shell.
Yup. They give
And,
you
and
the
I
Philly
think
shell, the high guard. They give you like all types of styles, man. They need to come out with another one, honestly. They should get
And
ridiculous.
which one is that?
I think that's 3.
yeah, this came out in 2006.
That's Fight Night.
Yeah.
That's
Or,
round 3. Yeah, Fight Night round 3. But I'm running it through 3 upscalers. So
And
it's like
using
a
a controller,
1440p.
like a controller to operate.
Oh no,
that?
No, I'm not playing. This is just CPU v CPU.
Oh, okay. I thought you was actually playing a game live while on this shit.
No,
I'm
no,
like,
no, no.
Tommy off the hook, man.
Hold on,
Yeah,
I'll stick him, Floyd.
but how do y'all feel about the Virgil Ortiz in his last performance?
Shit, y'all know me. I had to eat crow, so I gave him all the props because I thought Mean Machine was gonna win, but Virgil blazed that man.
In the beginning, you were probably like, "I knew it, huh?" And then it was like, "Oh, this man got
Well,
up and went to
I
work."
guess you can kind of see glimpses of why I picked him because I knew that
Right.
how big of a puncher Mean Machine and how dangerous he could be in there. He's kind of deceptive too. You know, you kind of not. It's not really telegraphed at times when he getting ready to hit you and shit. But Virgil, man, he's a tough guy. Tough guy, man. A lot of people are trying to make excuses to say that Mean Machine was damaged goods. You know, he was damaged already from the Crawford loss. But nah, I gave Virgil full credit.
Yeah,
Credit for that.
that's not the case. He was in that fight up to the end. I mean, he kept getting up too, and
I like the fight, man.
I did too. I enjoyed it very much.
I like the fight. You know what I don't like what I said on my live, I don't like that people keep saying like, oh, you know, listen, man, Virgil takes punches. That's him. There's some things about a fighter that you're not going to be able to drill out no matter how long they fight, no matter how much you teach them. Some guys just who they going to be. And that's going to be Virgil. He's going to come forward and he's going to be there for you to hit. But he's also going to hit you too.
Right.
Don't you know what I mean? So some people, I mean, you've seen it. Some guys have fought all day life, and there's just certain things about them that they don't change. That's them, and they're gonna lose with that style, and they're gonna win with that style.
That's right. And usually when they get punched in the face, that's when it all changes. Like Deshaun Porter, when he'll be out there boxing, he get hit with a good shot, he'd be like, "Fuck that."
Yep.
Right.
Jared
Hurd think he gonna box until you hit him. He go that wild get hit.
Yeah, same with Bud though. Bud do the same thing sometimes. He'll be like, "Oh, you gonna crack me like that?"
He gets into a fight with you.
And yo, that's entertainment. And so that's why I'm not mad at Virgil. I'm like, yo, this dude showed his grit. He got up and he beat this dude. You know what I'm saying? And he did it in good fashion. The same as Bud. As for the comparisons, I could care less if this dude got him out a round before or whatever. You know, because you know, there's a lot of different things that go into that. But they fought him with two different styles. You know, you know, so I mean, hey, that pressure, you know, I think Bud opened up the blueprint. He said, if you go right at this dude and you could pop, you know what I mean? He might fold up, you know, and he put the pressure on him. And that's what Virgil did. So he got the blueprint from Bud, but he executed it. So shout out to him as well, because he did it in a different fashion. So it was an interesting fight. It's an interesting fight seeing this guy be able to mix it up. I would like to see him mix it up with these big names. But I got to go back to Bud and say, yo, I want to see this dude mix it up with big names. Bob, you know what I'm saying? That's what I've been wanting, and that's what I think the fans want to see. So invest a little bit and see how well he does when you get him in there with a big name fighter. And if he washes the guy, then you might got a blue chip on your hands. You know what I'm saying? For bargaining on your next fight, because this opens up a lot with Earl leaving the game, and you got two titles that are just sitting there now. You know what I'm saying? Earl's no longer a factor, you know, but shout out to him, you know, for giving us the fun fights that he did. But now Bud gotta, you know what I mean? This is an opportunity for the promoter to say, yo, this is Bud's spot. It's been Bud's spot. We just needed that opportunity. And if he's good at getting titles, why don't he go out and get those other two for Bud? You know what I mean? Give him them opportunities to do something. So I just feel like it's an opportune moment for Bud Crawford to get a big name in there. And I feel like I hope that Bob don't fuck it up. If that makes sense.
Yeah, makes sense.
Like, don't fuck that shit up for Bud Crawford, man. This dude been giving us nothing but firefights. So why don't you put a fire opponent in front of him, man, with a big name that people will recognize? You know what I'm saying? It just makes sense. It makes business sense as well. You know, invest a
Yeah.
little bit. I'm pretty sure you'll get your money back.
Exactly. He has to put his hand in his pocket and he has to do it deep.
He's got to dig deep.
You can't take it with you.
And deep pockets. That's Bob. I can't do it. I can't reach my pocket. That's what he's always saying. I can't reach him. My back's fucked up.
My hand's too fat.
Final.
My pockets are full, but my pockets are too small on top. Like I can't get it. I can't get my fucking hands in there, man. And that's what it is. He don't want to pay these guys nothing. And that's the problem with some of these promoters, man.
He needs to retire, man. He needs to. I don't think he really knows what he's doing. He's from a whole nother. He's from like 3 eras ago. Like he don't understand. Let's be real. He doesn't understand like the social media era. And I'm not saying you should like convert completely to social media, but you got to have some kind of a social media presence. You can't do things the way that you used to. The environment that we live in today is just completely different from the days of Ali and all that. You know what I'm saying? It's different from the days of Mike Tyson, you know, and that wasn't even all that long ago. So yeah, I think he needs to retire. I do believe you could teach a old dog new tricks, but I think there's some restrictions there. His time has come. He just needs to enjoy the money that he made for the rest of his life and let somebody else take charge.
You said, didn't Bob give Amir Canvas $7 million? Oh man.
Oh, that's a brilliant meme name. That is.
Yeah, that is great. Good wordplay, Toby. I gotta give it to you, man. But Gerald Field says Virgil did great, but he's not an elite fighter yet. They need to prep him to be better, or he will be David Ortiz. Who the hell is David Ortiz?
I think he's trying to say he's gonna be like Victor Ortiz.
I got you. Yeah, you know, that's very true. But you think he ain't ready though? I mean, I feel like I ain't mad at the fact that he want to smoke. And I feel like why wait? Because we see what this marination does, man. We lose fighters in the process, we lose fights in the process, and boxing is losing money and fans in the process. You know, so the over marination is not a good formula, man. I don't think it's a good formula for the fight fans. You know. But I remember when Don King used to have both of his fighters right there and he'd take pictures with both of them. Yep. And then slide over to the winner. Just like Bob. I knew he was going to win the fight. I was with him all the time. Shit. Ali even called King out on that when he fought, who was it? Foreman. He said, I know you got him picked. You ain't with me. So he basically called him, you know, he basically pulled who was it, Adrian Broner when he called out dude, what's his name? El Smellerby. When he called him a name and shit. Because he was like, that's basically what he said in a classier way. You know what I'm saying? I know you got him picked. But when I'm gonna prove you wrong too. Shout out to Ali. That was the man.
Tommy, who is he fighting real quick? Just real quick, my bad.
That's my DIY Errol Spence. Sorry, not Errol Spence, Bud Crawford. Bud Crawford.
Oh, okay.
Yes, DIY.
Yeah, they need a new one, man. It's getting ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? It's getting ridiculous. I guess they cut it out because the last one, what was it? Champion didn't make a lot of money, but it turned into like a cult classic. So
another
that's
company
right.
is doing one though.
Yeah, here they are, but you know they keep pushing it back for some odd reason. It's been going on since what, 2011 or something like that.
No, I think this one got started later than that. No, this one
Oh,
they
did you?
actually got this one they actually got gameplay, like, so it's further along. But Tommy and I, we were actually talking about this recently, and we're pretty sure it's not coming out this year.
Yeah. The problem why it's
Yeah.
delayed, I reckon, is down to the fact that they're using a new revolutionary mechanic system, which is probably still in beta testing.
I'll check
it's gonna
that
be
out,
quite-
boxing guy.
Appreciate that.
He said that let me see if I pulled up. He said Bud Crawford had a good interview with Teddy Atlas. I think I've seen it. I think I've seen it already. Says, I remember, I think I just watched one of Porter's streams where he was talking about Manny Pacquiao giving him a pair of shoes or some shit. It was pretty good though. He said he slapped some because he was like, he was training with dude and back in the days, and he said where you get those Nike shoes from? And Manny, I guess he was in the Philippines, and Manny was like, do you need a pair? And he was like, yeah, could you get me a pair? He was like, I'll get you a pair. And then on his day of leaving camp, he said after they were sparring and all that, he said, can I get the shoes? And he said Manny was in a room full of people and started looking around. He was like, you didn't get them? And looked around and went up to some dude and slapped him in the back of the head and shit, and then took his shoes off and gave it to him.
Damn. That is funny.
Yeah, I
What
was
a
like,
mistake to make.
See,
See,
like, fuck,
you got a lot.
for.
That's got to be better than him naming his dog after you.
Oh man. Yeah, that was fucked up. Thurman was like, you didn't really do that, did it? He was like, yeah, I did. He was like, well, why Dennis got a dog named Manny? I was like, oh shit, man. He walked in with the champ and out with the champ. That's a fact. With McClellan versus Ben. Yeah, he did, man. He slide to the left, slide to the right.
1, 2, real quick. Could I just see that full screen, or pretty much full screen, just to see how it looks? Just real quick.
Yeah. See how you do that shit.
Well, you got to hit that little square on the
I got you. Solo layout. Boom. Thank you. Appreciate
Okay.
that, Red.
No problem. Someone had to help me out with that, so I pass it forward.
Yeah, I was looking at the 3 dots like these.
That's what I
options.
used to do. You know how many times I put somebody backstage trying to make their thing bigger?
Hey, Tommy Temper.
Yeah, yo.
Do you remember?
What?
Well, I don't know if y'all are like old school gamers. You remember there was a game called Track and Field for the original Nintendo?
Track and field.
No,
When
never
you say the
mind.
original Nintendo, you mean the NES?
The NES, the original, like it had like a floor pad that you can run, like you can actually run on it and make the guys on the screen run.
Oh yeah,
Anyway.
yeah, I remember that.
I'm just saying that, could you please make a video game like Track and Field featuring Rico?
Rico.
I saw the pictures. First I saw you post it in chat, Kong.
Yeah.
But yeah, I see everybody's posting that picture now where he had his back turned and he was running.
He
What?
said, not Victor
I haven't
Ortiz,
seen it.
David Ortiz.
Oh, you haven't seen
Per-
it, Tommy? Let me see if
No, I haven't.
I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you.
Per Rico. How is he in his 40s yet?
He might be in his 60s, man. He's Cuban, so
Rigo remembers
okay,
the
so
game. He probably bought it for one of his kids.
You goddamn right. He probably got it as a gift.
so Rico's probably seen Rumble in the Jungle as a kid, just like
yeah. There's a good possibility.
Yeah, he probably be bringing up a lot of old shit but you can't understand him. And that motherfucker be like, yeah, I remember that fight. I was there. I brought my kids to that fight.
Oh yeah, Jack Johnson, he was something special. I'll tell you what.
I shook his hand. You know, he gave me a high five after he beat the hell out of one of them dudes.
He told me that he wanted to grow up to be like me.
Yeah, when I was pushing him on the swing, he was telling me all about it.
Let me find that. I'm trying to find that picture. I'm gonna send it to Tommy.
Cool.
He said he remembers it in the arcades. That's a while back now. Yeah, it's back in the day. The floor pad, yo. The floor pad.
Arcades don't even exist anymore. Remember when first you had to play? It was almost like the movies. You know how you can't watch a movie at home so it's been out in the theaters first. That's how it was with video games. It had to be out in the arcade first, and then it would be released on the home consoles later.
But it wouldn't be over marination. Like, it was a good time. It was about an 8-month time. You know what I mean? They talked about it, and the shit actually happened.
Arcades, I picked up one of my three W's in fights in an arcade. Yeah, I mean, I'm 3-1 in street fights.
At the arcade, or you're 3-0 at the arcade?
I think you're talking about actual street fights.
I'm 3-1. I had 4 street fights in my life. I'm 3-1, and one of those W's came in an arcade over a game of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Punched this kid in the head. Just tried to take my quarter. This happened in a summer trip when I went to Canada to see my brother. And this kid thought he could bully me because I was a short, fat, light-skinned kid. And he thought wrong. And I got a W that day, and it was wonderful.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, dubs are always good. Dubs are always good. L's
That one L, though. Ooh, that was an L.
Yeah. Undefeated.
No.
Iron Kong.
I'm 3-1. 3-1.
Oh, you're 3-1. Okay.
Yeah, I took a bad L. I took an Anthony Joshua one time.
Oh, okay.
Oh, beaten from pillar to post. Did you have concussion before the fight?
I got my ass whooped. No, I didn't have concussion.
Just as long as you wasn't saying that your book bag was too heavy,
I threw my book back down. I thought I was gonna win that fight. Nah, bro, it didn't go like that.
He was heavy-handed. He had a heavy ass watch on.
His hand was floppy.
That's funny, man. Yeah, just coming up with excuses and shit. So hold it. I've been in a few. I was like, hold it. Wait a minute now. This ain't going my way. It's like shit. But I definitely got more wins than I got losses. That's for damn sure. I'll surprise a couple motherfuckers my damn self. But those were the days. You know what I'm saying? Those were the days, man. Shit. Now I'm just trying to stay mobile. You know what I'm saying?
Keep moving.
Yeah, exactly. Just staying mobile, man. Staying mobile. Do it like that. Like whatever, man. Shit. If it come, it come. I didn't catch a dub though. Maybe like 2-3 years back though. Visit my homeboy. See how he's doing. It was a party. You know how you always got them obnoxious motherfuckers there. He just would not let up. But
you had to physically discipline him.
I had that motherfucker sleeping underneath a kitchen table. He was out. Yeah. Try to slap the hand out, the phone out my boy's hand. He was showing me a picture of his kid, and the dude was like, "I'm talking to you." Slapped it, and I 1-2'd him. Motherfucker slid under the table and was napping. And I was
Service
like,
with a smile.
Yeah, I was like, shit, man. Wrong guy. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, but luckily it went my way. You know what I'm saying? I tried to put the shit aside, but sometimes you can't, man. Sometimes
you should contact Bob Aaron, man. He could have used you. I like this kid 1-2.
Hell no, that motherfucker ain't gonna promote me.
Like this 1-2 kid.
Once you start hearing me talk, he be like, what am I gonna do with this guy?
Bob Aaron take you and make you box on Puerto Rican day or whatever. I don't know. Bob Aaron does stranger things, man.
That's the WBC. They'll make a belt for me.
Did y'all see that about Edgar Berlanga? Apparently they're trying. I'm not sure I quite understand it, but apparently they want to put him on the undercard of Fury and Wilder, and then they want to put, if like I said, I'm not sure I understand it correctly. Then they want to put him in a fight in Puerto Rico like 2 days later, and then they want to put him in another fight, but I think they want him to like headline it in June at Madison Square Garden in June of next year.
Oh, well, that's cool. I would just like to know who the opponent is.
Yeah, they didn't say nothing about the opponents. They just said
Random guy.
And it would be that June date would be on the same day as whatever day the Puerto Rican parade falls on.
Damn,
Over there.
Someone got slept. Look at that. Look at the slow-mo. See if I can pull it up.
That's Floyd.
Oh, Floyd got slept by Bud.
Yeah.
What am I gonna do with this guy?
He knocking out legends. How am I supposed to sell that?
I think it looks better when it's smaller.
Yeah, it complements the graphics. I think the StreamYard ain't in like super HD. I think it's 720. I noticed that when I put my promo and my vids on.
So it's taking my signal, which is actually in 2K, and downscaling it back to 720p.
Yeah, let's check it out. Oh yeah, I think that's 720p right there.
Bro,
Yeah.
that's real talk, bro. Thought you gonna get this motherfucker like yo, I'm gonna get this W. Everybody gonna see me win this fight. You gotta go home. Mama asks, what happened to you? Nothing. And you hustle to your room. Hustle to your room and fucking. Did Actual Facts call Eddie Berlanga Eddie Munster? Oh,
I don't know, man.
Eddie Munster.
Yeah, man. There's signs that a fight ain't gonna go your way. Read them.
Sometimes you ain't reading shit. Sometimes you think, oh, this is gonna be a tune-up. This is gonna be a light touch. This is gonna be a Tyson Fury.
I mean in the middle of it, and you go, oh, wait a minute.
Too late because you losing now.
Yeah, you lose. Yeah, you gotta give it.
No, and that dude ain't stopping. He's like, oh, I'm winning this. Hey, me and that guy still today, by the way. Me and that guy are like really good friends now.
What happened?
Me and that guy are really good friends.
Oh yeah.
Which guy?
Yo,
I beat the shit out of me, bro.
Oh, okay.
He said you can't beat him, join him.
That was cool for a while. Then we started playing basketball again, where we just became cool. Because back then you could have a fight and it's just a fight.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You ain't got to worry about somebody going to pick some shit up and come back at you.
Exactly. So it was just a fight, and then we ended up not talking. But then after a while, you play basketball or football or whatever, and soccer for you Americans, but football, and it's cool. You know what I mean? But he did get that W though. Every so often, he's like, remember in the schoolyard? I was like, hey, we can run it back.
Hey, we grown. We grown now.
That was the amateurs. We pros now.
You might be surprised, like, I was waiting for you to say that shit. I've been waiting for 20 some odd years.
Kong starts taking off his shirt. Like we could run it back right now.
I met a lot of friends like that. You know what I'm saying?
I'll get him now.
I'll get him now. That's right. Glad you're confident.
Hey, look at Toby's comment. Look at Toby's last comment real quick.
Let me see. Oh, right here. I got it. Pull it up right now.
Yeah.
What?
What?
Devin Haney done scared this man into going strictly OnlyFans if this is true.
Damn. What's he gonna do? What the fuck is he gonna do on the OnlyFans? Like, Yo, man, that's some that OnlyFans shit is for simps, man. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
and you know what? So who did I hear? I actually heard somebody yesterday talking about that he had an OnlyFans.
Th-
I thought they were joking, but this
Nah,
is
man.
it.
It's a thing, man. It's a thing. When people say that shit to me, I'm like, I'm a grown ass man. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, I don't care about none of that shit, man. Like, why would I want to? I don't know, man. It's funny to me. It's funny
It's
to me.
weird.
Yeah. I mean, but that's these trends, man. Times are changing. Times are changing, man.
Hey, gents, I'm gonna do a little slide off here, get to work, because I haven't done shit for the day. I just been on here talking shit with y'all about my past fight failures, and y'all have a nice day.
Yeah, you too, Iron Kong. Thanks for swinging through, man. I appreciate it.
Peace, man.
Peace.
All right, peace out, Kong.
Later, Mr. Kong.
Yeah, man. If y'all ain't subscribed to that dude, y'all subscribe to him, man, because he's a funny guy and he got a lot of boxing knowledge, and he stays updated on a lot of things, on some current events, and he'll pop up some articles and some things on you that you ain't expecting, and he knows where to find him. So all those things, yeah, you can say, hey, he's got those attributes. So I enjoy watching his lives. I believe y'all will too. I'm not gonna steal you, bro. You heard it first.
He has just the right amount of sarcasm.
Yeah.
Like Iron Kong is hilarious.
Yeah, man. He got a good when he dissing people, he got a good way of doing it.
Yeah, he's an ATG. He's an
Yeah.
ATG.
Yeah,
I'll
that's
put
a
it
fact.
that way.
I'm glad he linked up with us, man. So you got anything popping, Red? Like you got anything coming up? You've been working on some new edits?
Not right now, but by the end of the day I'm gonna try to record something and try to have something for tomorrow, but I can't make no promises.
I'll
So
have like 3 lined up and overthink them and go, nah, I'm not gonna do that.
nah, I don't I haven't even like started pre-production or nothing. So like I said, I'm gonna try to get something done today, but if not today, then probably Friday I'll have something.
That's cool. That's what's up, man. Shit. But I enjoy doing a little edits on the lives and shit, man. For the lives, I just do a little quick edit, and you know what I mean. When you do your lives, I would suggest you do the same, man, because you're good at that shit. You know what I'm saying? Just for the little
Yeah.
lives and shit. You know what I mean? Get them jumping and get people laughing and shit. You know?
Yeah.
It's a good way to do it, man. But yeah, man, I'm impressed with Virgil though. I really am, and I was like, yeah, this is gonna be a good gauge fight for him. And he showed he was the real deal. And if you want that smoke, ain't nothing wrong with them young lions getting in there, because I don't think it's gonna be a hindering thing. Like, he's young. I think he could come back if he takes a loss, and if he gets a dub, you know what I mean. That's then even better for him. You know, if he gets in with a decent name or another big name or a big name, period. And he's definitely gonna be competition because this dude gonna be grinding. You know what I'm saying? You know he's there to fight, and how can you knock that? You know what I mean? How can you knock that as a boxing fan when you got a young kid like that? And I'm glad he got his opportunity with Mean Machine, and I hope Boots gets an opportunity eventually, because from what we're hearing, this man got denied 15 times behind closed doors. I was like, damn.
That's
Like,
pretty crazy.
yeah, man. Like, nah, I'm not gonna fight you, not gonna fight you and shit. That's why this dude fighting guys that are ranked 76 in the welterweight division. The fucking top rest of them don't want no pieces of this motherfucker. And it's like, you gotta get a guy an opportunity, man. That's what it's about, man. And it'll be a big win on your resume as well, because you getting him, you might be getting him a little green. You know what I'm saying? And it's a fight that people want to see. So that type of hype is good for both fighters.
I tell you what, it was good to see actual facts today. Like, been missing his commentary. I know he's a busy man. He got a lot of stuff going on in life, but it's good to see him show up whenever he can at any capacity that he can.
Yeah, yeah. It is nice to see him, but yeah, life sometimes, man, you gotta tend to life, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta tend to the real life out there, man. It ain't all about just this shit right here. But it's fun though. When you got time. Shit. I don't know who Aki is. Who is Aki?
He's a YouTube channel. From what I've seen, he seems to like really push agendas. Some of them based off of race and just stupid shit.
Yeah.
So
I see a lot of
he ain't
that.
for me. He ain't for me.
Yeah, I see a lot of that, man. I see a lot of bigger channels doing that shit on both sides, and I'm like, come on, man. I'm like, nobody really care about none of that shit, man. But I guess they do because they get a lot of people watching them. So it's like, okay, that's what you're gonna push. That's gonna be your angle, you know. But stop misinforming the fans, though, and then they really be believing that shit. It's like this dude don't even believe it. They're saying it. Like he just doing that shit for views. Like, got your ass.
For super
Exactly. The problem is with that method, you create a monster, and then once you've created it, you have to keep feeding it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the problem because you're right about that. Then what happens is fucking not only are you feeding it, what are you creating and what's it doing in the process? Fucking up the game, you know? Fucking up the game.
Misinformation.
Yeah. That's why when these guys do pull up the articles all the time, you know what I mean? It's like, okay, I understand that's the only place you can get it from, but just because this motherfucker is doing articles and, you know what I mean, he went to college for writing and all that shit, don't mean he telling you the truth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, I've seen so many conflicting articles, man, that's truly based on opinions, or they'll put and this goes for the content creators as well, and the guys doing lives. They'll put up something up there, but they never really get to that point. They never really talk about it. I cover that shit first time, as soon as I get on. I cover that shit, and then it goes into everything else. Like, then my shit go all over the place.
Fucking.
Where you at? You out and about? Shit. How everything going with you, RGM? Everything working for you? You said you enjoying your new place of comfortability. You know,
yeah, I'm enjoying my new place of livability. You know,
that's right.
Making a livable wage. I ain't done shit all day. I've been on the clock for it's gonna be 3 hours and about 15 minutes. And it's because they don't got nothing for me to do. So all I ask is that don't do it. Don't treat me like this and then later tell me you got to let me go because you're laying off 60% of the company. You know, I'm willing to work, but hey, if they want to pay me and as long as I still have a job, that's I ain't gonna complain.
Right. Stack in the meantime, in between time, just in case, and always be on point when they do come to you, and then they know they could be possibly losing an asset. I've had that happen to me where guys is like, hey, you want to get some OT in? And I was like, and all my job was done, and I was like, sure. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me go grab this New York Times, let me grab this New York Post and the local paper.
Well, me, I just sign into my work computer, and I stay looking at my emails. As soon as I get the email for an assignment, I take care of it right away, and then how as the work comes, I take care of it. So they can't tell me I ain't doing my job.
Yeah, as long as you're doing that, man, and you on point when the shit go down, that's what